So it's crazy that we're at the last part of today. Health tech, space tech, food tech, Austria, the Central Eastern Europe, the ecosystem. I mean, I feel like things have been moving today. I had a conversation with Arnaud just now, and he really feels from all the conversations he's been having with many people here today that needles have been moved today. And I know it's very wishy-washy and let's have an impact, but these things do happen. Sometimes it feels intangible, but it is at days like today when we really move the needles. So thank you all for being here. Thank you for sitting here with us for this final moment. So this final moment is actually going to be quite high energy. In a moment, I'm going to hand over to these two wonderful moderators here, but I just want to iterate something very specifically. There are going to be 11 pitches now. These are scale-ups pitching, they've been preparing for a long time for this, which means energy. Energy, 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 right? And you're going to have to do it 11 times at the beginning, at the end. We need applause, we need energy, energy, energy. So please keep that energy high in the room. Afterwards, it's dinner and drinks, and you'll be able to refuel. So for now, from me, that's it. I'll be handing over to Rosine from the Federal Economic Chamber and Elena from the Female Founders. So let's try this once. Lots of energy. Please welcome them onto the stage, everybody. Woo!
Hello, everyone. My name is Rosin, and I'm very happy to be here tonight. We already reached the last session on this stage. I am working at the Federal Economic Chamber, where I do support Austrian startups and scale-ups during their internationalization. And what I'm also doing is that I'm the program manager of the Born Global Academy, the Scaleup Globally program, where 15 scale-up teams were working on their internationalization plans and also elaborating on their market entry strategies. And together with Elena from Female Founders, I had the great pleasure to guide and support these 15 scale-ups over the past 6 weeks. Elena?
Hello, everyone. Also, warm welcome from my side. I'm really glad to be here, really glad to see so many faces. I'm Elena from Female Founders, and we are actually the biggest community for entrepreneurial women across Europe, and we reach over 80,000 people. And we're really on a mission to create an equitable and impact-driven tech ecosystem, and we're proud to lead the way in advancing gender diversity in tech and innovation. And we're super excited about this collaboration with the Federal Economic Chamber, because this also got us the opportunity to make an impact by also integrating diversity, equity, and inclusion into the internationalization process. And I think it's quite inspiring to see such a major institution as the Economic Chamber to be committed to really advance gender diversity. So really happy about this program, and especially also that I got to know these inspiring founders and also heard about their really bold expansion plans. We spent the last 6 weeks together. We worked on their expansion strategies. We equipped them with the tools and the knowledge, and also connected them to the stakeholders here in Austria, but also in their target markets. And yeah, it was a really nice environment, a really motivated crowd, a great spirit that we had, and time has flown by so quickly. Here we already are at the grand finale, and I'm really happy to see you shine on stage tonight, to hear your stories, to hear your pitches. So yes, Rosin, would you tell us a bit more about what we can expect?
Absolutely. So each of the 11 scale-ups will pitch for 3 minutes, and it will be followed by a 90-second Q&A. Our team members will help you, and so basically if you have a question, then raise your hand, and one of our team members will provide you with a microphone. And yeah, I think that's it. Shall we start?
Absolutely. And with this, we're already starting with our first pitch of the night. And for this one, you better fasten your seatbelts, because Andras, our first presenter, is ready to take off. He is actually a passionate pilot himself. And when flying solo, he seeks turbulence just for the thrill of it. But thankfully, for the rest of us who prefer to keep our drinks in a cup than on our laps, he has created a technology that reduces turbulences in the sky. So sit back, relax, and let Andras take you on a journey to turbulence-free skies. Big applause for Andras, everyone.
Takeoff. The vision of Turbulence Solutions is to make flights turbulence-free. Imagine you're sitting in an aircraft in stronger turbulence. The cabin is shaking, you're feeling all these bumps. With our technology, turbulence cancelling, you just don't feel this turbulence anymore. And turbulence is significantly increasing. It's not only about comfort, it's also about incidents and accidents. There's a huge cost of turbulence of more than 3 billion annually because of detours and inefficient flight operations. This is also recognized by international media. That should become step by step. There should be somewhere the Times. There is the International Civil Aviation Organization. We also have been featured in Galileo Pro7 and also recently at CNN. And how it works, that would be really nice to have a video there. It's also no video there, okay? On the left side, there is a shaking aircraft. You really see all this turbulence, plus minus 1G, pushed into your seat with double your body weight and lifted with almost free fall. On the right side, very stable, no turbulence at all. And we have this turbulence-free flight. Then you would see another sequence with an aircraft where we measure the turbulence in front of the wing, know exactly what happens to the wing, and then activate the system. The wingtip stabilizes. There's no turbulence anymore, and what we do is active counteracting with the flaps you don't see, so there are wing deflections, and then there is no turbulence anymore. Very important is the vertical motion, so your stomach going up and down, and this is just cancelled. So turbulence cancelled with some screen on that. Then what the next step is that we can show again is the direct customer is the aircraft manufacturer. So we focus on the system design, where to place sensors and actuators, and on the actual software, on the control logics. So this is then implemented to make this turbulence-free flight, where we already have the first aircraft equipped, the first customer aircraft, the first product equipped with our product. Very motivating to feel this effect of turbulence cancelling myself and do these test flights, where we still see no motion, but this is now the first product flying completely stable, turbulence-free, where you can see the small deflections counteracting this turbulence. And it's very important to now get from this first aircraft type to many others to make the whole aviation industry turbulence-free, starting with a joint development phase with the customer, then leading into a licensing phase where we have a fair share of cost and then a fair share of earnings, leading us to 5% of licensing for each sold system. This, we won't stop with light aircraft. We'll also enter the business aircraft and advanced air mobility, so flying taxi market, also then commercial aviation based on our values, green aviation, technology leadership, purposeful growth, and win-win orientation. That's a total 1.2 billion market where we want to have a 48 million revenue by 2030. Yes, sorry. And
Time is over.
This is based on a cost structure and licensing structure with 3 million of growth financing that we need, where 1.8 will come from the EC Accelerator. If we don't get that, it's the full 3, else it's 1 by the second quarter of 2025. Make flights turbulence-free.
Perfect. Thank you for this amazing pitch, Andras.
Yes.
Does someone have a question in the crowd? Yes, please.
Does it have an impact on fuel efficiency?
Yes, so it's more than 10% that you can save from fuel in the total effect, lighter aircraft, more efficient routing, and also a direct effect where we look at about 2% just because you activate the system and you have less drag. So 10% of CO2 emissions, and that's linked to fuel, so direct economical impact as well.
Another question? We still have 1 minute. Well, if not...
There's a question?
Oh, sorry.
Where are the women in your team?
Yes, they are missing, and that's very important. I'm already lecturing at FIU and EUM, and there's also lacking women. So we are really looking into getting more women, but engineering, aviation, engineering in Austria, it's just not, we can do something about it if they are not existing yet. But I'm very supportive there, and for all the other non-engineering positions, we're really looking for women. So we're very open for all the applications, and it would be really great. And we have by now already 2 women. That photo is old, so we have 2 women already. Yes. Thank you for the question. And thank you for support to get more engineering women in Austria.
Thank you, Andras.
Thank you.
Time is over.
Thank you.
Huge applause for Andras. So our next scale-up is Bergadi, presented by Thomas. A clinical study showed that using their chairs for only 6 weeks reduced back pain by 76%. Thomas, we can't wait to hear more about these game-changing chairs. The stage is yours.
Dear audience, let me start with a question. Who of you sits for at least 4 hours a day? Oh, okay, everyone. In fact, more than 50% of the population sits for at least 4 hours a day. We sit while working, driving, and eating. Sitting has become a norm in our society. And with that, widespread diseases like disc problems and back pain appear. And if you sit on normally chairs, you always get tension. Yeah. And we have developed new active chairs where you can sit for long hours and you always strengthen your back. You get stronger day by day. And this makes you more resilient against back pain and musculoskeletal diseases. Other chairs either focus on a free low body movement or on stability. So you can decide if you want to sit ergonomic or in free mobility. Bergadi is the first company that combines both free body movement and an upright posture. A clinical study shows that after 6 weeks of using our chairs, you can reduce your back pain by 76% and fatigue by 37%. Our main sales channel for B2C is our e-commerce shop. We are mainly operating in Austria and in Germany. We have exclusive distribution partners in Switzerland, Netherlands, and in Belgium. And we have 3 founders. We have expertise in developing, marketing, and in IT solutions. We have an investor who invested last year and will reinvest this year. And we have an industrial designer who helps us in developing. And we have ergonomic researchers in our team. And yeah, we have proven our concept in the last 2 years. And we began in the health sector, in the dentist chair, and in the office chair. And now we have a new groundbreaking technology. Is it already over? No. I have 2 minutes left here.
5 minutes in total.
5?
With the questions.
Okay. So, this is only the beginning. Yeah, we have a new groundbreaking technology that allows us to seamlessly integrate our technology into any possible chair. So this really makes us scalable into the worldwide sector. You can visit us in our expo area. I will show you our chairs and our new mechanism. To the facts, we fivefold our revenue from 22 to 23, from 40 to 240,000, and we're even doubling that this year. So, investors, I ask you, are you ready to change how the world sits? Because Bergadi is not only a chair, it's a movement towards a healthier lifestyle. Thank you.
Thank you, Thomas. Thank you so much for the great pitch. And now it's time to actually put you in the hot chair and get to the bottom of those miracle chairs. Has anyone from the audience a question for Thomas and Bergadi? Yes, please.
Ask if is there a compromise on comfort while using these chairs, or are they equally comfortable?
So by now we have saddle chairs. Which need to get used. You normally need for 1 to 2 weeks. It's like riding a bike. Yeah, but if you have this phase, it's really comfortable. So it's like a normal chair. Yeah, you need 1 to 2 weeks, but then it's like a normal use of a chair. Yeah. You can test it on our booth, so you can see it.
Not sure if I missed it, but pricing. How much you price, and how competitive or expensive are you compared to your competitors?
Our chairs are beginning without a backrest by 700 euros and go up to 950 euros. Yeah. the all-inclusive chairs. Yeah. And then we have special dentist chairs, which go up to 1,500. Yeah.
Okay. If there are no more questions, okay, one last.
Hi, do you have any competitors?
Yeah, we have competitors in the active chair, but our patented mechanism is completely new, and yeah, it's patented worldwide. So we don't have competitors like especially this setting. Yeah, it's completely new. Yeah, but there are existing active chairs on the market. Yeah.
Okay, great. Thank you for your answers. And with that, time is up. Thank you so much, Thomas. Big round of applause. And next up is already our next startup, presented by Gerald with Kickscale. He has turned AI. He has created an AI tool to turn those marathon sales meetings into fast, quick deal-making sessions. And fun fact, he can actually save you 30 hours per month. So if you'd rather close deals than do the chit-chat, Gerald's got the secret formula. So please welcome on stage Gerald and Kickscale.
Imagine using customer data to improve revenue and product. That's exactly what we do with our conversational intelligence platform. We actually provide critical customer insights into conversations, and at the same time, we increase the efficiency of these conversations. We have 70 plus companies who trust us. We have 220,000 in annual recurring revenue over the last 12 months generated, and analyzed over 20,000 conversations from our customers. All of that insights for sales, customer success, product, and multiple other teams. Not only startups like Finway or BookingKit trust us, but also established businesses like Karriere.at, Haufe, or even Enpal. But what's the problem behind it? The problem is that companies don't have any objective customer data. 95% of all customer data is simply lost. That means different departments don't have access to the right data. Silos are generated, and there is no objective measure on what the customer really wants. But that's just the first problem. The second problem is that 66% of the time of a sales rep is used in non-selling tasks. 66%, that's 2/3 of the time of a sales rep is not spent in selling. That's not what we say, that's what Salesforce is saying, and that's a huge problem. In numbers, if you have 10 sales reps, you lost 170,000 each year. How are we solving that? We record every sales and customer meeting. We generate out of these meetings insights, synchronize the data over into other systems, and can also generate an aggregated report with insights of thousands of conversations. This is also our USP. The market is huge. We talk about the $260 billion market worldwide. The addressable market for us is around 21 billion. If we only capture 0.5%, or if we get to 10,000 customers, this is already a $100 million business. And the team is ready to execute. I met my co-founder Markus during the university where we studied together. And then we joined Bitmovin, a scale-up from Carinthia, where I was heading the sales department, Markus the marketing department, and we scaled from 0 to 20 million in ARR. We met Fabian, who we hired actually as our first engineer and made him later on to the co-founder and CTO. He's an expert when it comes to AI and technology. And Herwig is an expert in consulting and also advisor today. We have leading business angels and key employees who trust us. The milestones from last year to today, as mentioned, we 7x'd our annual recurring revenue. And, even nicer to say, I really don't get it. It was 5 minutes.
You don't have to. I will help you. You don't have time anymore. But you can finish.
And we 13x'd our usage. Customers trust us and love us across our industries and recommend us also. Let's change together that customers understand their customers. Thank you very much.
Thank you for that amazing pitch, Gerald. Let's see if someone has a question for you. Yes, please.
So how are you going to tackle GDPR concerns, for example?
Which GDPR concerns you
I
exactly
mean,
mean?
it's all about the customer. So how do you prevent any ruptions in these areas?
Simply by asking, first of all. So we obviously ask every customer if they want to get recorded. And secondly, we are fully GDPR compliant.
All right.
Are there any other questions? Yes, please.
Thank you for the pitch and the interesting idea. Is it also possible to use this in telephone calls? Because I think, and I registered today for the demo, and I only saw the possibility for Zoom and Teams and so on, but I think it would be also interesting for telephone calls because telesales and so on is emerging. Thank you.
Thank you for the great question. The short answer is not yet, but we are looking actively into that, integrating free CX, if you know that, which is one telephone system, especially for Karriere.at, for example, and looking into that, yes. So not yet, but and we are going to implement that. And thanks for the sign up. Appreciate it.
Perfect. We are over the time, but you can still meet Gerald later on the networking. And yeah, thank you, Gerald. A big applause for Gerald. And
Thank you very much. Thank you.
So our next scale-up is Biomi Diagnostics, presented by Renate. And they're on a mission to revolutionize gut health by analyzing the microbiome. Renate, are you ready?
Yes.
Please come on stage.
Thank you. Hi, everyone. There are around 200 people in the room. Statistically, 60 people of you, which means 1/3 of you, suffer regularly from gut issues like IBS, obesity, diarrhea, or constipation, which really decreases the quality of life. Millions enter these problems in silence. Doctors and health providers are not able to discover these health problems and the root of them and don't know how to treat them. We at MyBioma offer gut microbiome test where we show how the microbiome is analyzed. It's really easy. You can get and order the test online. You can get the stool sample at home and send it to our lab. Using next generation sequencing, we can identify all bacteria present in your gut. Through bioinformatic analysis, we can show you the connection between bacteria and your health issues. After all, you send us the stool sample to the lab and you get an AI-powered report personalized with nutrition and lifestyle recommendations. But who is behind MyBioma? MyBioma was founded 2018 by Dr. Barbara Sladek and Dr. Nicolas Gachet. We grew from 2 people to 25, and now we are a team of experts in microbiology and AI, data science, medicine, and nutrition. But we don't stop at testing. We also offer supplements who complement a complete solution to our customers. We focus on sustainable growth while providing our customers a complete solution. And this also leads white label partners and other healthcare professionals to collaborate with us. We were the first, and since 2018, many have followed our lead because we are the lead in medical expertise while keeping prices low and proudly dominating the European market. Why? Because we are not an NGO. We are a profit-driven company with over 35,000 samples analyzed in significant partnerships worldwide. As you can see, our scaling potential has developed and is still growing. So we are seeking for strategic partners, and if you have time, let's grab a yogurt or a coffee if you want to. Thank you.
Awesome pitch. Really great pitch. Thank you. Thank you, Renate. I know that this is one of your first times pitching, so great job on that. Big applause for Renate. Super well done. Now, you've already mentioned during the program that gut health is quite a sensitive topic for many, so I think it's really important to give it the spotlight it deserves here on the stage. So now I'm curious, looking at the audience, is there someone who has a question for Renate? Yes, I see someone back there.
Hi, thank you for the pitch. It was really good. I have a question about the analysis. So you mentioned gut, but the bacteria and the microbe are also in the intestine. So is there a separation of what kind of microbes you have within the gut and within the small intestine or the large intestine? And is the analysis basically takes that into account?
Yeah, we are analyzing not the whole intestine, but you know that, for example, for SIBO, there's the small intestine, and everything is going the same. But what we have is in the test also that we have you can see if you have a tendency to SIBO, for example, and then knowing, okay, there are bacteria who are connecting, for example, to SIBO, then you can go and test, for example, to SIBO.
Thank you. Anyone else a question for Renate? Then I'd also be curious, what about the competition?
Yeah, well, we have competitors, but as I said, that we are here since 2018, and a lot of other competitors came, but they also cannot again. But we are still here because we know the market, because we understand the science, and yeah, we know our customers and we know what they need, and so, yeah.
What a great statement to close. So thanks again, Renate, for this great pitch and being on stage. Thank you. Okay, let's keep the energy up. We're already at our 5th startup pitching tonight. Next up is Vladimir presenting his startup SpawnX, and he revolutionizes mushroom farming with their automated city farms. So actually they offer complete ready-to-go farm solutions. So whether you're living in a city or in a village, you can actually be your own mushroom farmer without having to get your hands dirty or needing a green thumb. So welcome on stage, Vladimir, who will tell you how this miracle works.
Thank you. So, hi everyone. My name is Vladimir. I'm CEO and founder of SpawnX, and we make mushroom farms. So, mushroom market is huge. Every week you can hear about a new startup dedicated to insulation materials or medicine from mycelium, or even building cities on Mars from mycelium and stardust. I have only one question. Are we so good here on Earth already? Unfortunately, no. We face political crisis as well as climate change. They destroy conventional agricultural and logistic chains. Sustainability and food safety is not a question of the future anymore. It is a question of today. Mushroom-based products could be the answer? Possibly. But we haven't made even the first steps yet. We can't produce mushrooms effectively. We have much less farms than there is demand. Retail prices are sky high, more expensive than meat. How is that? So I need much less resources to grow a mushroom than to raise a cow. And at the same time, mushroom farms do not take money baths. Shelf life period, write-off rates, technical risks, and 3 years is average life expectancy of a mushroom farm before going bankrupt. And net costs, yeah, they are also high, 18 euros. I know that because in 2019, my wife and I started a small-scale mushroom farm. And we started by working by ourselves and ended up with a full-cycle facility with our own hardware, software, and mycelium strains. Thanks to our team, we solved most of the technical and business problems of the mushroom farms. And our product is basically a turnkey mushroom farm, no special knowledge required to run it. Net costs €4 per kilo, a little bit less. And this is local production of mushrooms in any climate, in any country with minimized space, water, energy consumption, and CO2 emissions. Monthly margin of our customers is more than 30% at the same costs as conventional farms. We sell mushroom farms and then supply them with mycelium and software updates on monthly basis. 2025, we start producing 30 tons of mushroom per month on our showcase farm in Graz and start mushroom farm sales. We are searching for a retail partner to boost mushroom sales from our farms, as well as an investment partner. We aim to make mushroom farming and mushrooms so accessible that in 10 years from now, you might see a mushroom farm more often than McDonald's. Thank you.
Wow. Thank you for your great pitch, Vladimir. Let's see if someone has a question for you in the crowd. Is there someone who wants to challenge him with a question?
Start mushroom farming.
Yes, please.
So, if I understand it correctly, you're selling the farm, correct? Is it a franchise model? What exactly does the model look like?
You can name it a franchise, basically product-based franchise. Our aim is to sell to you as a customer hardware with lowest margin as possible, but then supply you on monthly basis with mycelium, which is mushroom seeds, and basically educate you and make you as profitable as you could be because you will consume more mycelium.
Some other questions? Well, if not, I have a question for you. What are the next major milestones you want to achieve, Vladimir?
So basically, we are now under construction of our farm. Around March or April the next year, we will start the production. 30 tons of mushrooms per month is almost all the market of gourmet mushrooms in Austria. So we will start sales to Germany, United Arab Emirates, of the farms themselves afterwards.
Thank you.
Thank
a big
you.
applause for Vladimir. Well, our next scale-up is Brave Analytics, presented by Gerhard. Their technology makes it possible to measure nanoparticles in liquids in real time. Sounds very complicated, right? I'm really curious about your pitch, Gerhard. Please come on stage and let us know what your product exactly does.
Thank you. I have to juggle here, unfortunately, so let's try if I can do it like this. So this is parenteral nutrition. It's the king class of pharmaceuticals, and it has to be injected directly into the veins. Millions and millions of people just in Europe require it each day as a base for all subsequent medications, as otherwise they would simply starve. $6 billion are produced each year to serve for the patient's health, right? So strict quality control is crucial, as otherwise severe side effects may occur. And it takes 3 months, well, up to 3 months, to release this product simply due to outdated manual quality controls, leading to significant loss of batches, and of course also to a shortage due to increasing demand. Cancer, diabetes, or also demographic changes are the causes. And this is exactly where we come now into the game. We developed a new sensor solution, or sensors, that are based on our patented optofluidic force inductant technology, which uses microfluidic and photonic forces based on the Nobel Prize of Physics 2018, which we are quite proud of. And with this, we can tackle the challenge and speed up the quality control, meaning we say 8 hours down to real time, because you know, always longer is not always better. And of course, this also can now be scaled, because we then enable continuous manufacturing, increasing yield by 70% with a fraction of energy. And this is just one thing. We also have many other opportunities as chip manufacturing or also environmental analytics. But for the beginning, we start with pharmaceutical, as we are from there. Our business model is quite simple. We have hardware sales, we have software models, licensing, service contracts, also leasing models, and as a future, we also plan to have a quality as a service model. where we came from, we bootstrapped the company since 2020, generated almost 4 million of grants, 1 million of revenue. Our sales pipeline currently has 9 customers, big pharma inside with 3 million deal value in an advanced stage, and we set up our first distribution networks. But lead times in pharma are very long. And for this, we are looking for an investment for 2 million for the next 2 years to boost our sales, distributions, and also production capabilities to boost our presence in the market. The lead investment, well, we're looking for a lead investment, and the investment can be doubled by the SFG. And yeah, I'm pretty much done. So if you want to shape the future of the pharmaceutical production, just approach me. I'm really curious and interested to talk to you. Thank you.
Thank you, Gerhard. Thank you for enlightening us, introducing us to this great technology. And I must say also thank you for your engagement during the sessions. You're one of the most active participants, always asking questions, always being curious, keeping our speakers on their toes. So the tables have turned. Actually, tonight it's on you to answer some questions. I'm asking in the audience, is there someone who wants to challenge Gerhard or has some questions about Brave? See a hand back there.
What are your approximate margins on the products?
This is hard to answer because we have a modular system. So the base modular system is roughly ×5, and then we have add-on systems like software modules, other systems where this is way higher because it's a modular system. But it's the least one is ×5.
Quite good.
Another one in the first row.
How many customers are there in Europe? Or you should say how many purchasing units or purchasing centers?
I have some backup slides, but I won't go through them. The general market is about 500 units, which is our sum per year, just in the particle characterization market. But as we also serve the process analytical market, it is way bigger, because then you have basically all the pharmaceutical companies producing not only parenteral nutrition, but also medications, infusions, vaccines. This all comes down there. And there's GSK, there's Novartis, there's Boehringer, there's Fresenius, so you name it. We are also in contact with them.
More than 10,000, less than 10,000?
Customers?
Purchasing units.
Purchasing units for... Okay, definitely less than 10,000 that we can serve. Definitely less than 10,000.
Anyone else who would like to know something? Still have some seconds. Okay. What are your next plans for expansion? Gerhard, tell us.
Next plans for expansion is to firstly work with our distributors that we are currently setting up. So here in Europe, and then Asia and USA. We have a huge pool actually from Asia. The semicon market is quite interested in us, so this will be the next steps. But first we want to set to Europe, focus on this pharma region, and then expand to semicon and also environmental analytics.
Yeah, great plan. So wish you all the best. Thank you, Gerhard, so much for your pitch.
Thank you.
Woo! Okay, and now we're heading over to our next startup presented by Susanne. Susanne is presenting Kumari tonight, and she has discovered the magic of aloe vera during her own skincare journey. And now she's on a mission to really share that same aloe goodness to the world. So please welcome on stage Susanne with Kumari.
Hello. Hello, I'm Susanne, the founder of Kumari, a company revolutionizing the skincare industry. Kumari was born out of my own experience. For years, I struggled with skin problems. And in the early 1990s, I discovered aloe vera, which greatly improved my skin. But in Austria, I couldn't find any such products. And I realized it's not only my problem. And this led me to found Kumari in 2004. Today we face a global problem. Unhealthy lifestyle and air pollution are aging our skin prematurely and are increasing skin problems. And the consumers want a natural solution that really works. And fresh aloe vera is that solution. And Kumari is using 100% fresh organic aloe vera juice as the main ingredient for all Kumari products. And not like the competition as main ingredient water and just a little bit of aloe vera powder. This is why Kumari regenerates the skin so effectively and makes the skin look years younger. Over the years, we have enhanced our basic skincare line with additional natural ingredients like Edelweiss for anti-aging and chamomile for sensitive skin. Kumari offers skincare, hair care, and our fresh aloe vera juice for the beauty from inside. The global skincare market is expected to reach $211 billion by 2028, with the natural skincare market being about 1/10 of it. And according to Statista, aloe vera is seen by the consumers as the #1 nurturing ingredient. Until 2020, we were a direct sales company. And without our participation in the TV show 2 Minutes to Million, we now already have a strong foothold in Austria with distribution through major retailers like 600 BIPA outlets, our own successful online store, and through influencer. Until today, we have sold over 1 billion products and have gained over 24,000 satisfied customers. Our formulations are vegan, cruelty-free, and certified organic, and we already have lots of media coverage. We're a team of experts in cosmetics, retail, and natural care, supported by dedicated business partners. And now we're ready to scale globally. This is why we're looking for a 2 million investment to reach a 6 million turnover within 5 years. And we're looking forward if you join us. Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you, Susanne. Elena and I, we already had the opportunity to test your products in the exhibition area, and we were really amazed by them. Yeah, let's see if someone has a question for Susanne in the crowd. Yes, please.
Hi, what are your competitors? Sorry, who are your competitors?
Well, we offer the best value for money. What we can do, we can go back. No, we can't go back. There are, for example, in Germany, 2 companies who also offer fresh aloe vera as main ingredient, but they cost about 2 or 3 times as much than we do. And the market, as I've said, aloe vera is recognized by the consumers as the nutrient ingredient, and all the other ones, they are basically advertising with aloe, but they're not putting them in the product. So we're the best value for money.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you. Are there any other questions? If not, I have a question for you, Susanne. How do you plan to grow your team in the coming years?
Well, the next step is to hire an online manager and an export manager. Yes.
Okay. Thanks a lot, Susanne. A huge applause for Susanne.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right. Our next scale-up is Green Doctors, presented by Maximilian. They're making healthcare facilities more sustainable. Did you know that healthcare accounts for up to 7% of the CO2, global CO2 emissions? Maximilian, are you ready?
Yes. Thank you. So I will potentially be the only candidate starting his pitch today with my mom, but I have to do it because she is a doctor and she has a traditional doctor's office in our area, and she became more and more worried over the past years, and the reason for that is mainly my sister. My sister is becoming what you would maybe call a climate warrior. I like that a lot, but she was mainly worried because she started asking questions like, what are you doing in your doctor's office to become more sustainable? And at that point, we recognized slowly, okay, there is an area that we should maybe tap in and see what the potential is. And that's why we founded Green Doctors, a platform that should make Green Doctors offices more sustainable. But let's start at the very beginning. Sustainability is becoming more and more important over the last years. There are different factors for that, but it is quite significant right now. 83% of doctors are saying, I need to do something about it. I need to do something. And that's where we come in, because there are some challenges. you need a lot of competence to do it rightly. You need a lot of competence to do measurable impact. You don't want to do anything that just sounds good. You want to have an actual impact on your sustainability. So that's also an area where you're challenged. And you need to invest some time, and that means cost and effort. And all of these reasons are challenges when you want to become sustainable as a doctor. But they are Screen Doctors, our solution, and we are a data-optimized digital platform that you can use to become more sustainable. But how does it work? In basics, it's 4 steps. At the very first step, we will come into your office and you will need like half an hour to answer a few questions. We will do an analysis and get you a deep insight on how sustainable are you today. Then you will get some advice in regards of what can you do about it. That can be between 80 or 120 different actions that you can take in your office to become more sustainable. And then we help you to implement it by getting you the money, because we help you on doing a funding request to actually implement these measures afterwards. At the end, you can get a certificate from us if you reach the sustainability goals that we acquire for that certificate. And after a year, we come back in and see what was the impact and can we do even more. For that, you pay a yearly fee to our platform, and that's basically your door towards Green Doctors. But let's take a look at the numbers. So far, we converted 64 doctors' offices with just 2 employers that are in the operations. With these, we acquired 600,000 of public funding and 260,000 for our consulting services. And on this slide, I also want to talk about the valuation, because we are tapping into a 2 billion market, which is mainly the funding that's just set out by the EU for doctors' offices. We are 3 people in the funding team right now. Marcus and Christian had the basic idea and created the analysis. They are also with me today. And I'm the product guy. I'm in digital development for 10 plus years now. I was the CPO of the Luca app, which was the main pandemic app in Germany. And now I'm the CPO of Green Doctors. And for the business, we're raising 2 million. And that is mainly the money that we need to enter the German market, to build an overall sales team there, and to build a product development team that is able to take what we have so far, which is a modular low-code platform, and move it to the actual SaaS platform that we can use to offer our services. To close down on it, we're not only catering doctors itself, but also pharmacists, for example, which is our fastest growing target group at the moment. And yeah, would be happy to answer some questions and get you on our road. We are currently building that funding round that I described here. Thank you.
Thank you, Maximilian. Thank you for the great pitch. Now it's time for our audience to ask some questions. Is there anyone who would like to raise one? Okay, I see one in the first row.
Can you maybe briefly describe what you actually implement in those doctors' office to make the practice sustainable?
Obviously, this depends on the doctor's office, but I don't want to answer that so easy. The most obvious thing is CO2 consumption. So in a lot of doctor's offices, there are very old-fashioned devices that you could invest on buying new ones that, let's say, these can cost up to 80,000 euros, and doctors are quite hesitant to do so. But if we can calculate how much money they would save on buying a new device, and we can get some public funding, let's say half of the money you would need for the device, then we can actually help the doctor basically transforming in that area and buy a new device, become way more sustainable on that specific area. Other things would be like how energy friendly is your office itself, like about heating and stuff like that. How informed are your employees? Are you even, and that's an actual topic, are you even closing down the energy on your computers at the end, or are they just staying on? Like even such easy things can be something that we do.
Another question here.
Do you have recurring revenues, or once the measures are implemented, that's it, then the customer is basically done?
It's a yearly fee. Right now, the yearly fee for the first year is 5,000 euro, and for the second year, 3,500 euros. And so far, every single doctor that is already with us for a year also acquired a second one.
Okay, thank you so much, Maximilian.
Thank you.
Big applause again. Thank you. All right, now get ready to make some noise, or should I rather say find the noise, with Thomas and our next startup, because they are creating technology that makes sound visible. So with 7Bell, you can, there are acoustic cameras, and you can track down every single bus with pinpoint accuracy. So Thomas, we're all ears to hear how you're shining a spotlight on sound. Welcome on stage, Thomas.
Thank you very much. Hello, good evening, everybody. My name is Thomas, founder and CEO at 7Bell, and we are a manufacturer of high-performance acoustic camera. So what the hell is an acoustic camera? What is it good for, and what value do we eventually deliver to our customers? In the end, it's these colorful images that tell engineers exactly where sound is coming from. Starting from the left, it can be a large industrial plant where an acoustic consultant may need to know where sound is coming from and what noise measures need to be implemented. In a quality control context, it can be a leak in a refrigerator door, which may cause severe reliability issues in the field. Or it can be unwanted sound emissions from a vehicle that does not meet regulatory requirements. In all these cases, we as humans are not capable of locating or quantifying any of these sound sources. And this is exactly why our customers use the acoustic camera for solving issues in environmental noise, quality control, and product engineering. So what do we have under the hood? Our solution is unique in the sense that we have totally transferred hardware complexity of traditional designs to the software domain. We only use a handful of microphones integrated into a rotating stick, which is scanning the sound field. The data is eventually sent to the cloud, and the acoustic images that you saw before are computed in the cloud, and the result is sent back and analyzed on the mobile device. So our solution is lightweight, has performance advantages, and all of that at a fraction of the cost. So we're talking about 1/10 of the cost compared to competing technologies. Let us briefly touch on our business model. So our technology is patented in Europe, the US, China, Japan, and Korea. And the technological advantage essentially helps us to deliver our solution at very attractive prices and still very high sales margins in the order of 80%. Our cloud-based solution also helps us to deliver our solution to customers at a price of only 5 to 15K. And generating a very strong lock-in effect on the hardware side. And over time, we generate recurring revenue with annual software licenses in the order of 1K euros, and that over a lifetime of 7 to 10 years. Last but not least, I would like to inform you that we currently have an open Series A, so we are actively looking for an investment of 2.5 million euros, of which 50% have already been raised. And we plan to use that investment for building a highly effective sales and digital marketing engine, and also extending our base of currently 200 customers, generating a revenue of $1 million, up to 4,000 customers, generating a total customer lifetime value of 35 million euros in 2028. So I'm very much looking forward to your questions. If you're interested in a technology, or if you just want to stop by at our booth and write us a check, you're happily welcome there. Thank you very much.
Thank you for your amazing pitch. Are there any questions? Yes, please.
I have to say, I love the product. I have an actual case in mind. What would be the maximum range, so to say, to detect noise? Or is it the noise that basically arrives at the device, if you know what I mean by the question?
Totally understand. So you can essentially position the device as close as 20 centimeters in front of the object, but you can go as far away as multiple kilometers if you have sound sources in the very far field.
And final question, sorry, but did you ever had a case on noise pollution and the detection of noise pollution on a city scale in regards of that?
Exactly. So we are currently seriously thinking into using the technology on drones, and also kind of observing urban noise, where that noise essentially stems from, and what effective noise measures can be eventually implemented in a very easy and scalable way.
There is another question back there.
I have a microphone already, so
oh,
okay. Thing here is the application is quite broad. So, on what customer segments are you focusing on?
Yeah. Currently, we are mostly focusing on customers in the construction industry. So our main customers or end users are eventually architects, acoustical consultants, people who eventually deliver work at the construction site in order to check the quality of what they have eventually implemented. Maybe doors, windows, floors, ceiling, etc., to make sure that the room acoustics is okay, that the building acoustics is okay. And this is a huge market in the end. So we're talking about 750,000 companies worldwide, and with very good adoption rates at the moment, being interested in a technology trying to prevent rework, trying to prevent excessive work in terms of getting the work done at the end of the day.
Thank you, Thomas. The time is over now.
Thank you.
I saw that you have a question, but feel free to ask him right now. So our last, sorry, big applause, sorry. Yeah, so our last scale-up is Avancel Medical, presented by Angelika Reich. They're focused on revolutionizing joint care with non-surgical solutions. Avancel aims to make joint replacement a thing of the past. So if you're planning to keep on your original joints into your 90s, you might talk to Angelika later.
Thank you very much. Do you know what Michael Jordan, Caitlyn Jenner, Robbie Williams, and my mother-in-law have in common? They've all had joint problems. And so do 20% of the adult population. And the numbers are growing given the aging of our population. Many of those develop osteoarthritis over the course of their lives, which is a severe chronic disease that causes a lot of pain, but also a lot of cost to the healthcare system. Unfortunately, the most common treatment, especially in Europe and in the German-speaking area, is still joint replacement surgery. Over 440,000 surgeries are conducted per year. The good news is, however, that modern regenerative medicine does offer effective solutions, especially the treatment with autologous stem cells. That means stem cells derived from our own body, for example, from bone marrow or from blood. This is where Avancel Joint comes in. It's our mission to make joint replacements obsolete, and we want to transform joint care by offering transparency and easy access to those solutions for everyone. So how do we do that? Avancel Joint has developed standardized treatment plans. The most of them are based on autologous stem cells. And we also have a proprietary screening and diagnostic algorithm that allows us to rapidly classify our patient's joint condition and offer the right treatment suggestion. We do all of that through our digital platform. And so basically how you can imagine this as a patient is you get all the information you need about this topic through our platform. You can easily submit your clinical data digitally from the comfort of your home. You will get a joint risk score by us, as well as telemedical consultation, including treatment suggestions. If you decide to perform the treatment, all treatments are conducted by Avancel certified doctors, which are all orthopedics that are trained with all the standardized treatment mechanisms. Yeah, through that, we basically want to empower patients to take their own decisions, whether they want and can invest in their joint health and keep their joint for as long as possible. My co-founder, who's not here today, is one of the leading orthopedic doctors in Austria and one of the pioneers in regenerative medicine. And since going to market with Avancel Joint earlier this year, we have over 300 patients already in our database. And we are currently closing our seed funding round. Yeah, we're still open, but we plan to close before the end of the year. And those funds will primarily go into geographical expansions, but also a recent clinical study where we, a larger clinical study for one of our most innovative treatment plans. So yeah, if you want to discuss, I'd be very happy to get in touch. Thank you.
Great pitch. And it really sounds like you're keeping us moving smoothly until our golden years. So thank you for that. Is there anyone in the audience who wants to challenge Angelika and Avancel? Your joints will thank you. Any questions? Yes, Maximilian.
I mean, it sounds like a very easy pitch to a doctor, you know? It sounds like something that you would just need, just take over. So my main question would be, why is not every doctor using it so far? Are there actual alternatives to your program, and in which way?
Yeah, so there's a lot of reasons, including the fact that it's not so well known yet. But the two main reasons are, first of all, there is no general treatment standard available yet in Austria, also in Europe. We have a standardized treatment standard, which we've also researched and backed by clinical studies. So that is one of them, and doctors do like to follow a certain standard. The second one, of course, also doctors benefit from surgery as well, and depending on the specialization and the preference of the doctor, they may take their own decision. But we have a growing network of doctors, which we train, and the ones we have in the network so far, they're very happy, about the collaboration.
Thank you.
Another question over here.
So from what I understood, the diagnosis system is through medical history analysis, right? Or is there any further things that you take into account?
Yeah, so we have an automated algorithm based on the clinical history and different data that we're collecting, which will give a very rapid and very precise treatment recommendation. Before conducting a treatment, we are always also taking MRI scans into consideration. They can be submitted through the digital platform directly, but for older patients, for example, that prefer it otherwise, the doctor will check them prior to treatment personally.
Thank you.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Angelika. Thank you for the pitch. All right, and now we have actually already arrived at our last success story of the evening, presented by Valeria. With her startup, Loxotec, they're shaking up animal wound care. With their antiseptic solutions, they zap over 99% of the germs without any antibiotics. So Valeria, we can't wait to hear how Loxotec is raising the bar in animal health. Sure. Welcome on stage, Valeria. Woo.
Hi, can you see these headlines? The overuse of antibiotics in animal farming, and on the other side, Legionella in drinking water. I'm sure this is not solely a problem in Austria and Germany, but also in your country. Recent reports of Legionella outbreaks in northern Germany and in northern Europe have shown the risk of bacteria thriving in warmer water system, leading to severe illness and death, which is especially a problem in hospitals and elderly homes. And on the other side, Greenpeace and others are raising alarms about the overuse in antibiotics in animal farming, creating super resistant bacteria, which is a problem both for animal and human health. The question is, can we change this? Yes, we can. With our hypochlorous acid solution, we reduce the antibiotic use in animals and pets, for livestock and pets, with a safe and non-antibiotic method to fight bacteria and viruses. Also, on the water disinfection side, we've developed a solution which keeps water safe without using so much energy. But that's not all. We really are a multi-application powerhouse. We're biodegradable. We leave no harmful residues. We are free of antibiotics, dyes, and fragrances. And most importantly, we kill over 99% of all viruses, bacteria, and fungi. My name is Valeria Vogler-Deinhardstein. Together with my husband Bernhard, with Elmar, Lena and Kurt Kehn, our renowned chemist, we recreated Loxotec. Our strengths are clear. We created our own proprietary process to stabilize HOCl. We are leading in production of animal care products based on HOCl in Europe. We have a proven business model for drinking water disinfection, active in Germany and ready to expand across Europe. We have 3 different business models: Sanozin for vets and pharmacies, Loxovet with our direct pet-to-consumer brand, sold through our own e-commerce, and then Anolin TV, which is our water disinfection brand, sold to water restoration providers and property management. That's our production site in Germany. Founded in 2020, we have positioned ourselves for scalable growth without major investments. We've invested a lot in processes and digitalization in order to grow after that. We've now really high growth projections for all our different business models, including medical devices and human cosmetics. We're now seeking a 10 million euro investment to really expand on our animal health market, on the water restoration side, and also to register a human medical device product. So join us on our story to making the world a cleaner and more sustainable world. Also, you can do it right now and just come to our booth.
Thank you, Valeria. Thank you for the great pitch. Are there any questions in the crowd? Well, if not, I prepared some.
Okay, great.
What is your customer acquisition strategy and what are your primary channels for reaching new customers?
Well, as mentioned, we have 3 different business models. So for the Sanozyme, for example, it's through wholesale distributors in 15 countries already. For example, Saudi Arabia, Dubai, I don't know, Romania, where we go to this veterinary medicine wholesale distributors, and they talk to the doctors and then they sell the product. Yeah. And then we have Loxovet because we wanted to really reach the customer more directly. So this is really B2C and directly, you can buy it directly from our online store or Amazon in different countries already. Anolin TV is more local at the moment, but very profitable. Our company all business models are profitable. We have not had any investments yet, but we're seeking for the scaling, so some partners.
Great, thank you, Valeria. This was our last pitch. A big applause.
Yes, what a great lineup of pitches, what great stories we've heard, what inspiring ideas we've heard. So thank you all for your pitches, for being there. Thank you for listening. Thank you for your questions and also the insightful answers. It was a really great evening. And with that, I also want to say tonight was not about a competition. It was really about celebrating the joint effort of the program and all the work that the startups put in. So I would like to ask for a huge round of applause again for all the startups.